A very good afternoon, class. So I hope you all have gone through the video, and as you all know, last week we've started with the topic, what is annuity? Before that, we have already finished insurance and the sums related to it, that is exercise 2.1. So before listening to the introduction class, don't see this video first, otherwise you won't understand what is the meaning of annuity. Because in the previous video, I have explained completely the meaning, the phases, the types, the classification, everything in detail in the video previously. So I request you all to listen to that video first and then come to this particular video. So the last topic which we stopped on Friday was classification of annuities. And I explained you all that there are three types of annuities. Basically, annuities classified in three distinct: immediate, annuity due, and deferred annuity. But in your syllabus, you have only immediate annuity and annuity due related sums. And today our focus will be on immediate annuity and the sums related to it. Immediate annuity is also called as ordinary annuity. It commences immediately after the end of the first income period. So basically, whenever I'll be talking about immediate or ordinary annuity, you have to remember the word end or anything related to future. Okay? It can be paid annually, half yearly, quarterly, or monthly. For example, if annuity is to be paid annually, annually means yearly, then the first installment will be paid at the end of 1 year. So whenever you see the end word, that means they are talking about immediate or ordinary annuity. So as soon as the 1 year is about to expire, you will receive or pay your first installment. Similarly, for half yearly, the annuity payment will begin at the end of the first 6 months. Okay. So basically, when I'm talking about immediate or ordinary annuity, remember the word end. So whenever you see the word end, it's a hint that the sum is related to immediate or ordinary annuity. So for the meaning of annuity class, please refer to the previous video, otherwise you won't get the concept properly. So in case of immediate or ordinary annuity, the payments are made at the end of each time period. All right. Before we start with exercise 2.2, there are some important formulas related to immediate or ordinary annuity which you should know. The formulas are given in your textbook like this. There are 4 formulas related to immediate or ordinary annuity. The very first formula includes A, where A stands for accumulated amounts. What do you mean by accumulated? Jama hona, future mein milega. Alright, so the very first formula goes like this: A is equal to C divided by I. Now what is C? C is nothing but the money which you will be investing every year, alright, or every month if you are paying monthly, every quarter, or every half yearly, every 6 months. So that payment amount which you will be doing every year, every quarter, each year, or say each month, that particular amount is called as C. Okay. So in order to identify what is the value of C, what all words you have to keep in mind: invested, every year, or each year, or each month. The word every and each is very important. Kept aside at the end of every month, every quarter. So all that every ke saath, each ke saath jo amount hoga, that amount represents your C. That is the annuity payment. Bracket open, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Next thing, I is also written as R upon 100. So whenever I'll be talking about rate of interest, we'll be talking in terms of I and not R. So the value of I can be calculated as R upon 100. And I'll explain you all when we'll start with the sum. P stands for the present value of annuity. So P is equal to C upon I, starting is the same. Inside the bracket, you have to reverse for accumulated. So accumulated ka reverse formula niche aayega. So the formula starts with 1 minus 1 plus I, and in the air raised to minus n, because it is written in fraction 1 upon. So we write it in the format raised to minus n, that is inverse. Okay. Also, there is another formula related to accumulated value is equal to P 1 plus I raised to n. So basically, when you will be given present value and asked to calculate accumulated value, you can use the third formula like this. And when C is given and A is asked, you can use the first formula. The fourth formula is 1 upon present value minus 1 upon accumulated value is equal to I upon C. So these are the four formulas which we'll be dealing with in this particular exercise under immediate or ordinary annuity. So giving you all 2 minutes to revise the formula. Fatafat revise with me. A is equal to C upon I, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. And I is equal to R upon 100. P is equal to C upon I, 1 minus 1 plus I raised to minus n. A is equal to P, bracket open, 1 plus I raised to n. And the fourth one, 1 upon P minus 1 upon A is equal to I upon C. Where A stands for accumulated value, P stands for present value, C is equal to annuity payments invested every year or each year or kept aside. So whenever you see these words, it represents C. Also, as you all must have paid attention, I told you all annuity can be paid in 4 ways: annually, half yearly, quarterly, and monthly. So if you have any of these 4 values, there are some rules which you have to keep in mind, and they are like this. If annuity is paid annually, then you have no problem at all, because rate of interest will be divided by 1 and number of years will be multiplied by 1, which will not change anything. All right, it will remain the same. The thing which changes is this. If annuity is paid half yearly, now there are different names for half yearly. It is called as half yearly, semi-annual, biannual, 6 months. Then you have to remember, class, R will be divided by 2 because the year is divided into 2 parts of 6 months each. And N will be multiplied by 2. So class, remember, when you come across the word half yearly, semi-annual, biannual, you are dividing the rate of interest by 2 and multiplying number of years also by 2. If annuity is paid quarterly, then R will be divided by 4 and N will also be multiplied by 4 because there are 4 quarters in a year. So R divided by 4 and N into 4. All right. Quarter is made up of 3 months. So there are 4 quarters. Jan to March, April to May, April to June. Then you have July, August, September, October, November, and December. If annuity is paid monthly, then R will be divided by 12 and N will be multiplied by 12. So you have to pay attention to these 4 important things when you read the question. So with this class, we are starting with exercise 2.2, sum number 1. Find the accumulated future value of annuity of rupees 800 for 3 years at interest rate 8% compounded annually. And also you have given some value in the bracket, which you will see how to use in the steps I'll show you all. So can you see the word future? So when you see the word future, what did I tell you all? It represents end. So end means which type of annuity? Immediate annuity. So this is a sum related to immediate annuity. So here C is equal to rupees 800. N is equal to 3 years. Rate of interest is 8%, but we will be using the letter I. So I is R by 100, which is 8 by 100, which is 0.08 annually. So do you remember the word annually? So nothing will change more because R is divided by 1 and N is multiplied by 1, which will not change anything. You have to find out the value of A, that is accumulated value. So class, can you all tell me which formula do we use when I have C, N and R? Correct. I'll utilize the very first formula. A is equal to C upon I, 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. So I have written 800 divided by 0.08 inside the bracket, 1 plus 0.08, the whole raised to 3 minus 1. I have removed the decimal, so I have written 80,000 divided by 8 and I have added these two, so which gives me 1.08, the whole cube minus 1. So now class, you will see the difference. I have cancelled 80,000 by 8, which gives me 10,000 into 1.08, the whole cube का value दिया हुआ है, which is 1.2597. And then you can subtract 1 from it. So you will get 0.2597. Again, I'll be removing the decimal. So it will be 10,000 into 2597 divided by 10,000. So 10,000, 10,000 gets cancelled. Answer is 2597. So the final answer you can write like this. The accumulated future value of annuity compounded annually is rupees 2597. So is the sum clear, class? If you're clear with the formula, you will have no difficulty in calculating the sums. Annuity is very easy and it's very interesting. When you know the formulas, you can solve the sums within minutes. Okay, moving forward with the next sum. A person invested 5,000 every year in finance company that offered him interest at 10%. What is the amount accumulated after 4 years? So can you all see the word every year, class? Correct? Can you all see the word after? So after means again they are talking about future. So future means end. Again it is sum related to immediate annuity. So when nothing is specified in the question, class, look for the words which give you hints. Okay. So again, every year I told you when every comes, that represents your C, 5,000. N is 4 year. Again, it is compounded annually because nothing is given. So we'll assume that it is annually. R is 10%. So 10 by 100, I will be 0.10. Okay. So again, you have to find A. So we'll use the same formula. A is equal to C upon I, 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. So 5,000 divided by 0.10, 1 plus 0.10 raised to 4 minus 1. So I have again removed the decimal, which gave me 5 lakh divided by 10, which is 1.10 raised to 4. And as you can see, 1.1 and 1.10 is one and the same. The value is given, which I have substituted over here. On subtraction, you get 0.4641. Again, I have removed the decimal. So I'm left with 5 into 4641 after calculation, which gives me the amount 23,205. So the final answer is accumulated future value of annuity compounded annually is 23,205. Now some answers, class, in your textbook are printed wrong. So please don't refer to all the answers given backside of your textbook. If you have any doubt and if your answer is not matching, please message me and ask me. I'll check and tell you all whether you have done the sum right or wrong. Okay. So I hope you are clear with the two sums. Moving forward with the next one. Find the accumulated amount after 2 years if a sum of 24,000 is invested every 6 months at 12% compounded half yearly. So what is different, class, in this particular sum? Can you all tell me? Correct. The word half yearly has come. Do you all remember some important note which I told you all? In case of half yearly, the rate of interest will be divided by 2 and N will be multiplied by 2. Okay. The next word for half yearly is 6 months. So don't get confused with that. So in this case, C is 24,000. Again, every word is come, invested word is come. N is equal to 2 years already they have mentioned, but as it is half yearly, so it will be multiplied by 2. So 2 2s gives you 4 years. As far as rate of interest is concerned, it is 12% divided by 2 again, which gives you 6%. And I will be calculated as 6 by 100, 0.06, because it is half yearly. So followed class, this is the very important step. If you miss out here, your entire sum is wrong. So you have to be very careful when you all are reading the sums and reading the words, okay? Again, you have to find a procedure is the same formula I have put, the same procedure I have done. So you can see the steps over here. So 1.06 ka value also I have substituted. The rest is the same as you do. And you get the answer like this, 1,05,000. Again, this answer is printed wrong in your textbook. So keep that thing in mind. Take a note of this. The most important step was the starting. If you miss this, the entire sum is wrong. So pay attention to the words which come in your sum. Okay. Moving forward to the next one, sum number 4. Find accumulated value after 1 year of an annuity immediate. So here it is already mentioned, in which 10,000 are invested every quarter at 16% compounded quarterly. So now can you all tell me what you will be doing? Is there any changes, or you'll be starting the sum normally? No. Now we saw just now that when it was half yearly, you divided and multiplied by 2. So when it is quarterly, you will divide and multiply by 4. Correct. So your step will look like this. See, 10,000. N is 1 into 4, 4 years. And rate of interest 16 by 4, which is 4%. That is, I is 4 by 100, 0.04, because it is given quarterly. So this is an important step. The procedure follows. You have to find A, so you'll use the same formula. C upon I, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. This way the steps are done so that you can do and check accordingly. So in this way, you get the answer to be 42,475. So the accumulated amount for annuity compounded quarterly will be 42,475. So the main thing over here again was the start. So now you're clear what kind of sums can come. Okay. All right. Now after fourth sum class, we have targeted sum number 7 first, because it follows the same pattern. So pay attention, this sum is slightly different. A lady plans to save for her daughter's marriage. So marriage is a future event, right? So you have to save it from the start, before that. So again, this gives you an hint that it is annuity immediate, because they are talking about future. She wishes to accumulate a sum of rupees 4,64,000 at the end of 4 years. So can you all see the word end over here, class? So again, end also represents immediate annuity. Have you all seen the word accumulate? So basically 4,64,000 represents A over here. Okay. What amount should she invest every year if she gets an interest of 10% per annum compounded annually? So they are asking us to find what amount should she invest every year. Can you all tell me, class, what is that called? Correct. It is called as C. I told you all now the words kept aside, invest, every year. If you find such words, it highlights which alphabet? C. The annuity payment wala amount. Okay. So this sum includes A is given 4,64,000. It is normal annually wala. So N will be 4 years and R will be 10 by 100, 0.10 or 0.1. You have to find out C. So the formula is the same. A is equal to C upon I, 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. But this time you have written the value under A like this. C ko C rakha, divide by 0.1, bracket open, 1 plus 0.1 raised to 4 minus 1. Now we can do cross multiply and send 0.5 that side. So this will become 4,64,000 into 0.1. is equal to C into 1.1 raised to 4 minus 1. Then you can substitute the value. Also, I've removed the decimal simultaneously over here. So into 1 divide by 10. And here I've put the value. After subtraction, I get 0.4641 and 0 gets cancelled. So I'm left with 46,410. Again, there's an into sign over here. So again, we'll do cross multiply and divide 0.4641 that side. So in the next step, I'll put a multiplication sign and remove the decimal like this. So I've multiplied by 10,000 divided by 4641. So which gives me 464150 divided by 4641 and which gives me the final answer 1 lakh. Is it clear, class? So always keep in mind whenever there is an into sign, it will change into division. And if there is any plus minus sign, then only you can change plus into minus and minus into plus. So there was no plus or minus over here. So please, class, do not subtract this. Divide it, cross multiply, okay? Keep that thing in mind. Don't do silly mistakes. So hence the lady should invest rupees 1 lakh every year to save for her daughter's marriage after 4 years. So that she can get amount of 4,64,000. Okay, class, clear with the sum? Okay. Moving forward to the next one, sum number 8. A person wants to create a fund of 6,96,150 after 4 years at the time of his retirement. So again, retirement is a future event. He decides to invest a fixed amount at the end of every year. So end again represents immediate. In a bank that offers him interest 10% compounded annually. What amount should he invest every year? So kind of similar sum, class, the same pattern. A is given annually hai, to N is normal, rate of interest is also normal. You have to find C. Same formula, A is equal to C upon I, 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. Values I have substituted. The further steps you will be completing it for assignment and check your answer. If there is any difference, if there is any doubt, please refer to the previous sum or you can directly let me know. I'll send me the pic. I'll check and let you all know whether it is right or wrong. So I hope the sum is easy and you can do the further steps for assignment. Okay. So are you all clear with the formula? How to use the first formula with the values? When any one is missing, how to find out. Okay. Now the reason of taking after 7 sum was there was a change in the formula which we'll be seeing right now. So the 5th and 6th sum we are taking right now. Find the present value of an annuity immediate of rupees 36,000 for 3 years at 9% compounded annually. So can you all tell me, class, what is the difference in the 5th sum? Yes. You have to find the present value of an annuity immediate. Up till now, we were finding either future value or everything related to accumulated amount, correct? The first formula. Now there's a change in the formula and they are asking us to find out the present value of an annuity. So again, C is given to be 36,000 as it is. So N and R will remain the same. It will not be affected. N is 3 years, R is 9 upon 100, 0.09. And then you have to find present value, P over here. So class, do you all remember the formula for P? Can you all revise without C? Starting was the same, C upon I, ठीक है? और bracket के अंदर reverse था, 1 minus 1 plus I raised to minus N. So keep the formula in mind, okay? All right. So the substitution will be like this. P is equal to 36,000 divided by 0.09. 1 minus 1 plus 0.09 raised to minus 3. Okay. So the next step is we'll remove the decimal. So it will look like this. Okay. Then the next step, 36 lakh divided by 9 gives me 4 lakh. 1 minus 0.7722. Now class, pay attention over here. Okay, this is very important step. Up till now, the cancellation part was very easy. We used to write 1.1641 minus 1. We used to directly write 0.6. Now class, pay attention over here. 1 में से आपको 0.7722 minus करना है. So I hope you all know how to subtract it. If not, then pay attention over here. So basically, how do we write? 1 point, then you write 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you subtract 0.7722. Alright, so what answer will you get? You are borrowing. So 1 में से borrow किया 0. Then over here 9. Then over here again 9. Again 9 and the last will be 10. Okay. Just excuse me for the writing. So 10 minus 2 gives you 8. 9 minus 2 gives you a 7. 9 minus 7 gives you a 2. 9 minus 7 gives you a 2 and 0. So this should be the answer whenever you are subtracting 0 values, decimal values from 1. Alright. So please take a care of this. Take note of this particular thing. So whenever you are doing present value sums, the minus part is not that easy. So after subtraction, you will get the values like this, 4 lakh into 0.2278. After removing the decimal, this is what, and cutting, this is what the answer will be, 91,120. So hence the present value of an annuity compounded will be 91,120. Is the pattern clear, class? It is slightly different from what we saw just now. 1, 2, 6 sums were different and 5th and 6th sum are little different because it involves different formula with different steps. Okay. So finally, coming towards the last sum of the day, find the present value of an ordinary annuity of 63,000 for 4 years at 14% compounded annually. So the same pattern. C is given 63,000, annual wala sum hai, so N and R won't be affected. So N is 4 years, R is 14%. You have to find the present value. So you'll use the same formula. So the steps will be like this. 63,000 divided by 0.14, 1 minus 1 plus 0.14 raised to minus 4. And no need to worry, the value is already given. And the further procedure is your assignment. That is for practice. So you practice and check it for yourself whether you can do it on your own or not. If any doubt, please let me know. So class, I hope you all are clear with 1 to 8 sums. We'll be continuing the same topic further tomorrow as well. And focusing on the remaining sums 9 to 16. And maybe tomorrow we can also cover the topic annuity due. All right. If not, we'll see. We'll just focus on immediate annuity and the sums related to it. Accordingly, we'll decide and practice so that the concept should be clear first. If you follow immediate annuity, then only annuity due will be easy for you. If not, then both will be tough and you'll get confused. All right. So class, till then, stay safe, take care, keep practicing. And if any doubt, please let me know. Okay. So we stop here for today and we'll meet tomorrow for the next session.